Aloha everyone, this is Lenora, Hawaii's Pickle Lady. Today for Chinese New Year, which is Friday, February 12th, the year of the ox. This is in preparation for that. This is typical making jai, which is monk's food or monk's dish. It's all vegetarian and it's done with fresh things, canned things, dried things. And I have it all here. And I have 15 different items that will go into this dish, okay? So first of all, I'm gonna heat up my pot. And then I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of oil in it, okay? Stir that around a little bit. Now I have here some dried fungus. When it soaks, it looks like this. Sometimes they're even bigger, and you have to soak them, and sometimes there's hard parts that you have to pinch off. And this is how it looks when it's dried. So I soaked it. See, it looks kind of weird, but when it soaks, it'll expand quite a bit, 5, 6 times the size of this. So everything I have, all the dried ingredients are about a handful each. And then when you soak them, they'll expand. So now the oil is hot. I'm gonna stir in fungus. And again, this was a handful and it became this much. And I only make this on once a year, Chinese New Year, because it is a lot of work and you have to have all these ingredients. Okay. So it doesn't take long to cook. So I have some fried tofu pieces. It comes in different sizes, but I found these which are really nice. Sometimes they come in big triangles and I cut them up. But like this, it's fine. So you can see it's deep fried, but it's not really crispy, but it's good for cooking. Okay. Now I'm gonna put in the tofu. Stir it up really good. And now I'm gonna add dried mushrooms, shiitake or the Chinese mushrooms, and you have to soak them until they're very soft like this. So I've cut them in pieces, took out the stems, okay? Saute that for a little bit. And then I'm gonna put in some bean curd nuts. When they soaked, they're very soft, and it didn't take long to soak, maybe about an hour or so. And it comes like this in a package, dried. So again, I just took a handful, soaked it, and here it is. So a lot of these things you have to soak first. Okay, just put this in. And the next thing I'm going to add, we call gum choy. Gum means gold, so choy is cabbage. It's really lily flowers. So it's like this. It comes dried and you have to soak it. Okay? So it looks like that. Okay? So we put this in. Okay, we'll mix it all up. Okay, now I'm going to add arrowroot, which is, it only comes seasonal during this time of the year. It looks like this. I've kind of peeled it a little bit. It's kind of the texture of a freshwater chestnut. So I've just cut them up, and I'm just going to put them in. Stir fry that. So like I said, the flavor is kind of bland, but the flavor comes from some of the sauces that we'll be using, and I'll show you that later. Okay. Now I'm going to add canned water chestnuts. Maybe a small can, I sliced them up. Mix that up. Next thing I'm going to add is some bamboo shoots. 1 can. This is about 10 ounces, 10 and a half ounces. Okay. So this is a one pot dish. Now, most people don't put this many ingredients, but like I said, I'm very traditional. I like all of these things. And probably you could add even more things. Okay. Next is ginkgo nuts, or they call it white nuts. You can buy it in a can. This particular one was sold shrink packed in it just shrink packed, and I just put a package of this. You can use a can too. So stir that in, and you see it's very colorful. Now I'm going to add this the red dates, okay, and then some button mushrooms. Okay, the bamboos are mixed. Now I'm going to add some wongbok or Napa cabbage, just a small head. And this will shrink quite a bit. It looks like it's a lot. And at home when I used to make it in a very large pot. I used to make a huge pot, and I would give it away. And I'd put it in containers, and it went very fast. And this one particular lady, she really loved my chai, and she would wait for it every year. But unfortunately, I'm no longer there to give it to her. I know she misses it. And this is very different from the kind that you buy in the store because they don't put these many things. Okay, this dish is called chai because this is a vegetarian dish that the monks eat because they only eat vegetables and they have to eat before 12 noon. And it's very healthy. You can see has everything in it. You don't need any meat. Okay, so now I'm going to add the Chinese peas. Okay, now put the long rice in, and it'll cook. Now mix this up real good. And then I have the three sauces. Now I'm adding 3 pieces of the red bean curd sauce in wine. And it's hard to know what to do with these ingredients. We've also used it in the recipes for char siu and khao yuk too. And there's some other things you can use it for. Now, the oyster sauce, 3 tablespoons. And this soybean paste, 3 tablespoons also. And then I'm going to add some water. Now I'm adding 1 cup of water, and I'm going to mix it up really good. Okay, now the last ingredient I'm going to add is called fat choy. And this means, translation is hair fungus. Because when my daughter-in-law looked at it and I took it out, she said, "Oh, it looks like hair." I said, "Yes, that's a translation, hair fungus." So what I did was I soaked it, and it only takes a few minutes to soak. So it's very fine. You can see it like this. And so I'm going to strain it. Let's see. Okay. To get out every single bit of it. Okay. Now I'm going to pour it into the pot. Now, hair fungus is the most expensive ingredient in this. If you were to buy a bulk amount, it'll cost about almost $100 a pound. but as you can see, I didn't use that much. Okay, this is how the fat choy looks. You see, it comes in a bunch like this. And I bought this in Thailand, the full package. I've only used a very little bit of it. This amount probably cost me about $75. So I use it very sparingly, and I use it for other dishes too, okay? And then also 1 tablespoon of sugar, forgot that. Now we're gonna mix it all up, and we're gonna let it cook, like I said, and then we'll come back to it. Okay? Okay, this is the finished jai, and this will be part of our dinner tonight. So everybody's looking forward to eating that. And I just made a small bowl just to taste it. And you can see all of the different ingredients, the mushroom, the arrowroot, chestnuts, Chinese peas, button mushrooms, wong bak, there's bamboo shoots, and there's the lily flower. They're all kind of hidden in here. And a lot of times when everybody's eating all of it, you look at the pot and you say, wow, there's not too much left. So to make it stretch, I'll add more long rice, Chinese peas, and also the wong bak, and it'll stretch it. And then if you want more flavor, you can add more of the oyster sauce. And at first I only added 1 cup of water, but everything kind of soaked it all up, all the water. So actually I added about 4 cups of water and just mix it up. But you can see there's no real juice in there. So if you need to add more water slowly, you can do that. Okay? Now I'm going to taste it. And this is the lily flower. Just as I remember, the last time I made it was 1 year ago. So you have all these different textures, soft, crunchy, you know, all. There's the mushrooms in here, ginkgo nuts. So very good. So we'll enjoy this. And remember, you can make this too. It takes a little bit of effort, but if you're really into eating healthy vegetarian food, this is it. And for you vegetarians, true vegetarians, if you don't want to use oyster sauce, there are some other sauces on the market that it's labeled like vegetarian oyster sauce. Something like that you can use. So it'll be truly vegetarian. So if you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button. Comment and subscribe if you haven't. And don't forget to click that bell notification so you can be notified when new videos come out, just like this one. So if you have any requests, let me know. Thank you for watching. Mahalo.